All right, and we're now going to bring you more news on the Bargarh train derailment that's just taken place. More details are emerging. As we just told you earlier, the line was owned by a private facility. More details are emerging and we're going to share them with you, but it was a gauge line that was owned by a private company, which is why, as we're learning, this shouldn't be at all confused with the incident that took place a little while earlier on Friday. Now, mainline operations have therefore not been at all affected. Train activities across Odisha have not been affected because this incident took place. Now, more details in the Bargarh train incident are emerging, and we have shared those with you over the last few minutes. Now, on the right side of your screens, you can see visuals from the incident. On the left side of your screens, all right, now the only thing you can see on your screens are visuals from the train derailment. More details that we had just shared with you, as my colleague Akash was telling us a little while earlier. Details that highlighted that the incident that took place on a privately owned line. Let's go over to my colleague Akash. Akash, you shared this with us a few moments ago. If you could repeat it for our audiences now.
Yes, in fact, I was talking about the same case where Railways is categorically saying, in fact, clarifying that this was a private operation. In fact, this line was a narrow gauge line that is owned by a private company. And these wagons, locos, and all other things that are involved in this particular accident are private, and that's why no public traffic or no railway line is affected because of it. Also, it is not at all connected with the Indian railway system. It means that the passenger trains or the superfast trains that are generally, involved in the train operations here in the Indian railway system are not affected because of it. And it was a private property. In fact, private operators, private operations, and also the locos and all other things that are involved are private. Railways has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Akash, thank you for clarifying that for us. You had told us that earlier too. Thank you for bringing us those details. Akash, tell us, are incidents like this where you have privately owned lines and of course bogies and coaches that are travelling along that are also privately owned, are incidents like that common? Do we have data on incidents like that aren't on the national railway lines?
You see, maximum lines are now broad gauge lines in Indian Railways. We have the presence of narrow gauge lines in some parts of Gujarat, in some parts of Mumbai, and in Odisha as well. In several states we have narrow gauge lines, and either these lines are operated by private, private companies or by railways. We still don't have the confirmation as to how many lines are operated by how many narrow gauge lines are operated by the private individuals, or if railways involved in the operations. But this particular case is totally private. Also, as far as the data is concerned, railway doesn't maintain private data, or they haven't released any sort of private data in last few months, to the best of my memory. But we'll try to give some more details as to if these details come out in public domain. But as of now, the clarification that is coming from Railways is that this was a private operation, and hence Railways has nothing to do with it.
Okay. Akash, thank you for clarifying that for us. We're showing you on your screens right now visuals from two different incidents across Odisha. On the left side of your screens, the June 2nd tragedy that led to the death of more than 230 people. And on the right side of your screens, an incident that just took place a few minutes ago. The incident on the right, very different from the one on the left because it did take place on a private line and no casualties have so far been reported. Yet we continue to focus on both these stories in Odisha. It's time for a short break. We'll see you on the other side.